Welcome to this sequence where we'll be practicing ways to lengthen the side body from the pelvis to the armpits as a way to elongate and create more flexibility in the muscles that support the spine. Grab 2 blocks if you have them. If you don't have blocks, you can improvise. We'll begin standing. Take hold of one block, press the block between your hands and push in toward the midline. As you stand tall, draw the block in toward you as a way to draw the shoulder blades back. From there, reach the block over your head. Elbows can stay bent. If you can still keep a nice engagement, drawing the hands in toward the block, reach your hands up, holding onto the block. Reach the block over to the right side. Push into the block with the lower hand. As you push into the block with the right hand, push down with the left hand. Inhale, rise up. Now let's do that correction again. With the sides of the body lifting, take that block in front. Draw the heads of the arm bones back. Take your hands up. Elbows can be slightly bent. Push into the block and draw over to the opposite side. Now the lower hand is pushing the block up into the right hand. The right hand is pushing back. This is a strong action of the arms. Keeping the shoulder blades engaged, you get a nice length to the side body. Inhale, reach your hands up. Come to all fours position. In all fours position, step your right foot right between your hands and take your hands right above the knee to balance first. You may want to press the back toenails down very solidly. Take hold of your block again. And as you press the block in, reach your hands up. Just draw it down just slightly. Keep pressing the block, pressing the hands of the block in toward each other. And rise up. So now your right knee is right over the right ankle, or almost. Now twist, turn to the left side. Keep pushing the hands toward each other. Draw back to the center. Drop in again. Reach up just a little bit more. If you feel like you're losing it with the hand pressure, then just back off and bend your elbows. Now turn toward the right. Keep on pressing the hands in toward each other. Come back to the center position. Bow forward. Reach your arms forward as you continue to press the block. And release your block down. Step back either to puppy dog or to downward facing dog. And as you lift up in downward facing dog, lift your heels high and draw the heels over toward the right. Pivot to lift up. Draw your heels to the left. Come back to the center position, back to all fours, and step your left foot forward. Take a hold of the block again. Squeeze the block. With the side body long, you're lengthening from the pelvis to the armpit. Get that length. Take the heads of the arm bones back. Lift the hands up and turn to the open side, the right side. Keep this nice fullness. Come back to the center position. And as you do, can you drop in just a little bit to give your back thigh a stretch? Come back to left knee right over the ankle. Twist to the opposite side. Keep pressing the hands in toward each other. Keep a nice length, a feeling of length in the side body. Come back to the center. Drop in. Reach your hands forward. Keep on pressing the hands in toward one another. Release your block down. Step back to downward facing dog again. In downward facing dog, with your feet nice and wide apart as your mat is. Free your right hand and take it toward your left leg, somewhere to the left leg. Hold on to the left leg, bend your right elbow and draw it down toward the mat. Free your right hand, place it back to where it was. Take your left hand off the mat. Take the left hand somewhere to the outer right leg. Bend your left elbow. Get as much length to the left side as possible in this stretch. Release your left hand down. Walk your hands back to your feet in this forward fold. Take your feet now hip distance apart. Bend your knees. Place your hands right above your knees. On the inhale breath, lift your chin, draw your heart forward. On the exhale breath, look in toward your heart as your navel floats back toward your spine. Inhale, nice easy movement of the spine as your chin lifts, your heart move forward. Exhale as you create this nice fullness to the back body. On the next one, on the inhale breath, reach your arms up. Have your hands nice and wide apart. Draw your pelvis back slightly. See if you can draw it down a little bit. Take your hands back to the mat. Walk them into a downward facing dog that you'll hold just for a few breaths before taking your feet to your hands. Walk your feet up to your hands. Place your hands to your low back and rise up. Reach your arms up and slightly back. Exhale, take your hands to the earth. Bend your knees to do so as you place your hands by your ankles. Step your right foot back. Bring your right knee to the mat. Take your hands right above the knee. As if pressing into the imaginary block between your hands, reach your hands up. Now imagine that you're holding on to a big, wide block. Take the hands wider apart, but still press in and drop in just a little bit deeper in your lunge. Release your hands down to the mat. Now, take your right foot just off to the left side. Keep your left knee right over your ankle. And as you do, get this nice openness to the chest. Get a nice length to the right side by taking your left forearm to the top of the thigh. Reach your right arm up. Reach your right arm over. Get lots of length there to the right side. Inhale, lift up. But take your right hand and reach out to the right side. Just get this nice length there. Turn your head to gaze toward your right fingers. Now take the right hand down, line it up with the right knee. Reach your left arm up and over your head. And get a nice stretch to the side body. And now take your hands back on either side of your left leg. Pivot your right foot back. As you face the front of the mat, tuck your back toes under, lift up to a high lunge, and step the back foot forward. Place your hands to the low back, rise up, reach up and slightly back. Exhale, bend your knees to take your hands alongside your ankles. Step your left leg back, bring your left knee down. On the in-breath, reach your arms up again, as if you're pressing into the imaginary block. Make the block a little bit wider. Keep pressing into the block. Drop your pelvis down slightly. Now release your hands with your right knee right over the right ankle. Pivot your left heel toward the right side. Line up the right heel with the left knee. Draw your right forearm down. Reach your left arm up and over. Spread your fingers and get this nice stretch to the side body. From here, reach your left hand to the left side. Turn your head to reach your gaze out to the left. Take your left hand down. Take your right arm up and over your head. And enjoy the stretch to the opposite side. Take your gaze up. On the next inhale breath, rise up. Turn to face the front of the mat. Tuck your back toes under and step your back foot forward. Place your hands to your low back and rise up. Step wide on the mat. In a wide stance, turn your right toes out. Lift your arms up. Take your right hand down. Your left hand to your waist. Look down and just let your head hang. It's a way to just relax and lengthen your neck muscles just through the weight of the head. You can place your hand to the floor or to a block and pivot on the back leg. So lift the back heel up, step in, place your hand right under the shoulders, and as you're ready, can you lift up the back leg? Now lift up the back leg really high. Reach your left arm up really high. So you get this nice feeling of expansion. Now take the left hand back to the waist. Very carefully and slowly, can you bend your front knee, reach the left foot back, come back up through a triangle pose. And let's come to the opposite side. So turn your right toes in, your left toes out. From here, draw your left hand down. Take your lifted right hand to your low back or waist. And in the same way we did before, just let the head hang. Just give the neck a rest for a moment. Maybe you can move your left hand down, either to the floor or block or shin, whatever it feels right for you. Lift up your back heel and pivot so that you can step in and do this really slow so that you've got a balanced action through all of the movements as you lift your back leg high, reach your right arm up. Now slowly come down out of the pose. Bend your standing leg. Reach back, even look back, so that you can land it properly, aligned with the front foot, and through triangle pose, you lift up. Release your hands down. Come to a seated pose. Now for some of us, we become so unbalanced in this that straightening the front leg makes a lot of sense. So it's your choice here. Find out what works for your body, and it might be different side to side. So as you press down through the base of the right big toe, draw your knee in a little bit closer to your ribs. Turn toward the bent leg side. Now step your right hand back, and maybe you can walk it back to around your left sit bone. So you're walking the hand back first, then the head can move into the twist. So try not to move the neck into a full twist immediately. From here, reach your left arm up. Just enjoy the length that you get with the arm reaching up. And now take your elbow down or take your hand down to the outer knee, whatever feels right to you in this twist. Just open the chest really nicely in the pose. Now move yourself out of the pose, come out of the twist, and fold your legs in such a way that the left foot is just to the outside of the right knee. Pull it in its own power, and again, you may decide that this side could use a straight bottom leg. The right leg can be straight. Your choice. And as you pull the left knee in, you take the left hand back, walk your left hand toward your right cheek, press into the floor to get this nice opening. Turn the ribs, turn your gaze, reach your right arm up, and either take the hand or the elbow down to the outside of the knee. Just get this nice opening to the chest, nice fullness to your breath. And as you're ready, take yourself out of the pose to come to lie down on your back with your knees bent. Lie down. Step your feet as wide apart as the mat is. Draw your knees over to the right. Take your arms up and over your head. Grab hold of your left wrist and reach your left hand toward the right side. Now release by lifting your knees up and take your knees over to the left side. Grab hold of your right wrist with the elbow slightly bent. Move your hand slightly over to the left and just give a gentle pull of the right hand as you resist. You draw from the fingers to the armpit. You resist with the right hand. Now release back to the center position. And as you do, just draw your right knee in toward your heart. Park the right ankle to the outer left knee. Just open up by reaching from the pelvis to the knee to get lots of length there. Release your right foot down. Take your left ankle to the outer right knee. And same thing, encourage your left knee to move away from your heart. Release your left foot down. Straighten your legs. Close your eyes. Find a nice and easeful flow to your breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Allow your facial muscles to soften. Breathe in deep. Breathe out long. Keep this very nice and easeful flow to the breath. enjoyed this time of ease in Savasana. Namaste.